wow. Look at this new setup. Oh my goodness me, it's been a while. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. Let's not talk about it though. To be honest, being stressed is part of my personality. So let's not even recap that because it's getting boring at this point. Every like year or so, I'll do one of these videos, just like recapping stuff that I've read in the past few months. Let's just get right into it. This is what I have been reading since about January. There are a few books that I read like ages ago, but like I kind of haven't filmed in ages. So I'm like, what do I do with my limbs? But okay. Yeah, so let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about all the good things. There is an array of books, fiction, non-fiction, stuff about art. Maybe you'll find something that you want to read. Maybe you won't. And I'm going to give honest, brutal reviews about everything, okay? Oh, I just remembered one more. Let me write it down quickly before I forget. Let's start with A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Did this book change my life? Yes, it did. Is it hard to read if you're not really into spiritual stuff? Yes. I read it like 5 pages at a time for like 4 months. But honestly, like if you're feeling like really overwhelmed and stressed and like lost in life, this is the book you need to read. Just like have it in your house and slowly read page by page. I think it's also something that everyone needs to read. It's basically just about how to live a happy life and just gives you like a new perspective on everything. It's really an amazing book, and there's no way I can really like say it apart from like, okay, if you're gonna read any of these books, you probably should read A New Earth.
Spoiler alert, I say that 5 times in this video.
I would recommend being like over 19 to read it, to really like take all of it in. If you feel ready for it, read it. Really read those pages, man. Okay, next. Creativity Inc. by the founder of Pixar. What's his name? I don't even know. I should know that because I'm studying animation. Ed Catmull, president of Pixar. If you're like into directing, or like if you want to manage a business, or you want to like start your own like side hustle, or like you just have dreams of like maybe managing lots of people in the future, or even like if you have a group project at uni and you're struggling to like get everyone into like shape, this is the book for you. Like it's got nothing to do with animation really. He just kind of tells the story of like Pixar and kind of also gives you like a sneak peek on all the hidden failures of Pixar, because obviously all we hear about Pixar is like the amazing stuff that comes out of the studio, but there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like they almost went bankrupt like 3 times, and he goes through like all of that, and like that's really interesting because in my mind Pixar is this like everything they've done is completely perfect, but obviously that can't be the case. Also, I didn't know that Pixar started out as like a computer company. Like they had computers. They had a Pixar computer. I was like, I want to buy one. Give it to me now. The next book I read, I got for Christmas. Very random. Very, very random. It's about 50 pages long, I reckon. And it's a book on chakras. And my mom got it from Amazon. It's like literally less than 10 quid. I think it's like £3 or something ridiculously cheap.
Please excuse me if I'm saying chakras wrong. If someone can inform me in the comments on the proper way to pronounce chakras, please let me know, because I can't figure it out.
So I'm a crystal girl now. What can I say? I've got all my chakras over there lined up in order. I'm not going to show you them because it's a bit embarrassing, but they're next to my bed. Did I meditate with them this morning? Yes. Do I feel like my chakras are aligned? Abso-freaking-lutely. I feel beautiful from the inside and out. I was definitely one of those people that's like, rocks? That's not gonna solve your problems. No, it's not gonna solve your problems. But anything to make you feel good, even if it's all placebo, who cares? It doesn't matter if you believe that a yellow rock is gonna realign your fucking core chakra. In the grand scheme of things, who does that harm? Doesn't harm anyone. Anyway, super interesting. Took me like 2 hours to read. Yeah, great little intro into the chakra world, because obviously it's a very intimidating thing because there's so much like history behind chakras and stuff, and it's been very westernized, and I definitely want to get into the more like original like chakra philosophy, but this was a great little westernized introduction to it, so defo recommend. Okay, this is something I read, I would say probably about 9 months ago, if I'm being completely honest. I did want to lie and say that I read it recently, but I'm not very good at lying. So, How They Have Grown. It's basically a fiction book about 2 childhood best friends that grow up and kind of like lose touch with each other, and they end up having kids. So one of the best friends sees the other best friend with their kids, and it's like, oh my god, they're so cute. They're like 8 years old. Anyway, flashback to 10 years later, she sees this woman and her children her old best friend, with her children, and they haven't grown a day. It's been 10 years and they're still 8 years old. And I was like, when I first picked up this book, I was like, if this is about vampires, I am going to burn my house down. No. I can't actually remember what the twist was at the end. So, which I think, yeah, I can't remember. But it was good. I remember the journey being good. Like, I don't remember the ending wasn't like that, whoa, amazing. But like the journey of like her trying to figure out what's going on with these kids and like being low-key obsessive was really enjoyable. It's like one of those page turners. You're like, oh my God, I just needed to find out now. And it's great for those reasons. Next one. What He Did.
That is now the second book that I've just said the name blatantly wrong. Did I actually read these books? I guess you'll never know.
Trigger warning. If you don't like reading stuff about the R word and SA, then don't read this book because there's definitely some graphic scenes. It's not the whole book, but it is kind of based around that. So it's a little dark, a little twisted, but I don't really want to give away anything. But I'm trying to like get into like mystery and thriller stuff because I used to read a lot of romance and that's so boring to me now. But this was a great introduction to that. This is the first like murder kind of, not murder mystery, but like crime mystery thing that I read. And I was like, I kind of like this genre. So it was good. It was a little sad, I'm not going to lie. Like it's a little bit like gut wrenching to read about essay and stuff like that. But it's also like, I think it's also important because it makes you fully understand the concept a little bit more from different perspectives. And also in this book, basically there's like 7 suspects of how this essay happened, and they're all very, very close with each other, all like close friends. And I think it's important to realize that like anyone can commit those crimes, and it's usually someone that's very close to you, which is something that I had to like wrap my mind around because I didn't really realize that up until recently. So I think it was good for me to read that book. Just for like personal growth and things. Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. This is the one you should probably read. I listened to this book and it's narrated by the author, which I think is super important when it comes to audiobooks because you really feel the words. I spent like the majority of 2020 having difficult conversations with people close to me about Black Lives Matter and about how the N-word just isn't a word that you can say. And it definitely broke down a few relationships in my life. And I think this is a very easy read, and it's something, it gives you like a tool book on how to have those conversations with people like really patiently and calmly, because as soon as you get like worked up about those kind of things, the conversation kind of goes out the window and it becomes an argument rather than a discussion. If you have those people in your life that are a little bit on the fence about the political climate at the moment, it's important to try and have those conversations with them. Come from the most educated standpoint you can. And I learned so much about like the cause and everything, and just like the history about lots of stuff. So I sound so educated. Lots of stuff. Oh, okay. Few quotes from the book that I really liked. Prejudice is an emotional commitment to ignorance. Wow. I learned about Emmett Till, 1955 14-year-old boy who was brutally murdered for a crime he didn't commit. I was crying on the train when I was listening to that, and I was just so shocked that I hadn't heard this story before. What would the world be if we loved Black people as much as we loved Black culture? Amanda Steinberg, I love that woman. This Little Dark Place, this is sat right in front of me. I read it in like a week. It's really good. It's really good. Daniel has lost everything, a loving relationship with Victoria, a fresh start after the trauma of his past. But when he joins a pen pal program for prisoners, he meets Ruby. Soon they find themselves revealing more and more their deepest fears, their darkest desires, their most intimate secrets. The ending of this book got me mad, got me furious. It's one of those things where you're like, you feel like you know the characters really well, and then they do something and you're like, excuse me? How dare you do that? But then it low-key also makes a lot of sense why they did that. Oh, one last thing. I know there's a lot of like animation people on this channel. This book called Lighting for Animation. It took me a while to actually pull the trigger on buying this book because it's a little expensive. It was like 35 quid or something. But it changed my life. It changed my life.
It seems like my life is pretty easy to change, low-key. You just like You just show me something and I'm like, wow, I'll never be the same.
Yeah, it changed my life. That's all I really have to say. If you're interested in lighting for animation, this is the rule book. This is where it happens. This is the beginning, the end, the middle. Read it. Just read it. Stuff I'm reading now. If you want to read along with me at home, I'm reading The Alchemist. Very weird. It's been hyped up a lot by loads of people around my life. I'm, to be completely honest, don't know if I'm smart enough for it. Don't know if it's really like entering my brain. There's a lot of metaphors and I kind of just wish the author would say the thing instead of like telling a story about the thing. I'm just trying to be smart. Trying to get it together. Yeah, I can definitely see where it's going and that it's going to be a good little cheeky lesson in life. I'm also reading How the Pill Changes Everything on Audible because I recently went off of the pill. And when I tell you my life has changed,
I'll never be the same.
Colors are brighter, happiness up, serotonin up, motivation up, skin better, I'm sleeping better, everything is just better. There are some other things I want to say, but like low-key inappropriate, so I'm not gonna, but I kind of wanna. But I also wanna get a job one day. Hello, prospective employers. I am graceful and elegant. Okay, anyway. Is that it? That's kind of pathetic. This. Where the Crawdads Sing. So this is, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm on page 1. Okay. So I don't really have much to say on that. I think that's it, guys. I've got a store drop coming soon with something super exciting, something I have never seen being sold by an artist ever. And I'm actually so freaking proud of it. And yeah, it's very like custom fine art vibes. I hope you guys are excited for that. I've got another video planned on the way. I'll see you guys probably this month, actually. Whenever I say that, I never upload. I'm such a liar. But for real though, I kind of have to upload this video, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, peace out, girls. I love you lots. I really just hope you're having a good day. I really do. And I really want to start my podcast again. I really, really do. But I'm so bad at being consistent with things. I need a podcast partner. That's my problem. I need someone to like bounce off of. So applications are open. DM me. I'll invite you over to my house once lockdown is over. You can just come around. We can sit on my beanbag. The beanbag podcast. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Bye, guys. Thanks for always supporting me. Thanks for being around. Follow my film's Instagram at Rick's Good News. If you don't, I'll hunt you down. Okay. I'm so happy today. Should I try a beatbox? Alright. Bye.